This is a CBS News Special Report, the latest Blue Origin space launch. I'm Gayle King with Tony Dokoupil and Nate Burleson. We're a go for launch. We just heard those words a couple of seconds ago. We are about to see the new Shepard rocket lift off from the Blue Origin spaceport in West Texas. Now, this is the second human flight for Jeff Bezos' space startup. The billionaire and his brother flew on its first trip last month. That was July 20th. This time, 90-year-old William Shatner, we all know him as Captain Kirk from Star Trek, is going along for this ride.
He'll be joined by Audrey Powers, Blue Origin Vice President of Mission and Flight Operations, former NASA engineer Chris Bosshausen, and healthcare entrepreneur Glenn DeVres. The four passengers boarded the capsule earlier this morning after a one-day delay because of bad weather. There is no pilot aboard this rocket. It is all controlled from the ground.
It is all automated, and the flight will last about 10 minutes. We will bring you the flight in its entirety. This is what's going to happen. The six-passenger capsule will separate from its booster nearly 3 minutes into the flight. At that point, the capsule will fly above the Kármán line. That is the internationally recognized boundary of space. And when that happens, something extraordinary will go on. The reusable booster part of the rocket, the engine, in effect, will deploy its brakes and return to Earth to fly again at some later date. Soon after that, the capsule itself will release its parachutes and begin a roughly 6-minute journey home. This is a very big deal, maybe the 25th flight overall into suborbital space for anybody on this planet. Fewer than 600 people in all have ever been to space. We are about to see that number go up by 4. Our senior national correspondent, Mark Strassmann, is at the launch site in Van Horn, Texas. That is more than 100 miles east of El Paso. Mark, good morning to you. I'm excited. I hope other people at home are as excited as I am. How are you feeling there?
Oh, good morning, Tony. I mean, here we go, right? I mean, this is a big moment, not only for William Shatner, but of course for millions of Star Trek fans who've been watching him for the last half century and in reruns. I mean, today is the voyage of the Blue Origin spaceship First Step. That's the name of the capsule that will take Shatner and 3 other passengers to the edge of space and back. This, by the way, is the same capsule and booster rocket that Jeff Bezos flew in 10 weeks ago. You mentioned reusability. This is reusability in action, and of course completely changes the business model of these up and down flights. The ability to use these parts over and over and over again is just revolutionized this industry. The other thing to keep in mind is this: William Shatner himself, he is clearly the focus of this mission. I mean, here he is admitting that he's both excited and nervous for this moment. He's 90 years old. 90 years old. He'd become the oldest person ever to go to space. And think about something else. It's 55 years since he first played Captain Kirk on the original Star Trek television series. That series first aired in 1966. Shatner was 35. Now he's 90, getting the opportunity that, you know, most people could only have dreamed of. And in his case, he's about to become Captain Kirk for real. So big moment for him. Big moment for Trekkies who are watching him, cheering him on.
I love that he admitted that he was a little nervous. Most people don't do that. But to follow up on what Tony said, because I was with you, Mark, that day, July 20th, when they went up. And honestly, you could really feel the excitement in the air from all the people who are watching it. Does it feel the same this time around?
I think it does, Gayle. I mean, I think it does first of all, these launches are always thrilling to watch, as you saw last time. But just the idea, first of all, that a 90-year-old guy could do it. I mean, that 90-year-old happens to be Captain Kirk. I mean, Shatner has admitted that he understands the fascination with his trip here, just because so many people have watched him for so many decades, voyage through the stars, and now they're getting to see the actor who played Captain Kirk go up for real. It really is an interesting moment, a public relations bonanza for Blue Origin, and it really should be something to watch.
Yeah. Well, and Mark, I mean, part of what's so extraordinary here is the technology and the fact that that Shatner can lift. Oh, we got the countdown happening. I'm going to quiet down.
Yeah,
let's listen in.
Analyst Bill Harwood joins us now. Bill, we've just seen the liftoff. Boy, it's something to see when you see all of that heat and that energy and that thrust. Explain exactly what we're looking and how long before it separates.
It'll separate very shortly. It only fires for a couple of minutes. It boosts the crew with an acceleration of about 3 times the normal force of gravity. That's similar to what you might experience on a roller coaster, a big roller coaster. And it's roughly the same thing shuttle astronauts used to experience back when NASA's orbiters were flying. But once the capsule separates, and that'll be coming up momentarily, the crew will be weightless about that point, all the way up through the top of that trajectory, more than 62 miles up. They'll get those fantastic views out the windows of the new Shepard capsule as it begins descending back to Earth. So quite a ride for Bill Shatner now that he's doing it for real.
I know. How did that blast off look to you, Bill? Watching it on TV looked pretty good here as we're sitting here at 1515 Broadway. How did it look to you?
No, it looked about the same, but I have to tell you, Gayle, I tend to watch these things on television even when I'm here in person because those long-range tracking cameras give you such a close-up view. So you're seeing it just as well as anybody else is, so enjoy that.
Hey, Bill, you know, when we talk about this as space tourism, that can almost make it sound small, but the mission of Blue Origin and SpaceX, for instance, is so much bigger than something as small as tourism. It's about making us an interplanetary species, about getting us off of Earth, potentially to save Earth. Could you talk a little bit about why people at home who don't understand why this matters should pay attention?
Yeah, you know, I think really, though, that's a long-range, big-picture kind of view of this. Get people into space on a more regular basis, average citizens, if you will. But in the near term, I think that Blue Origin and Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic, they're both selling these seats to suborbital space.
Bill, I'm sorry to step on you, but I stepped on the countdown. I don't want to step on the capsule separation, so I'm going to quiet down and watch this. Let's all do it together.
Totally agree. Totally agree.
Yeah. Bill, can you explain what we're looking at? I know we're expecting to see a separation. Right now, what exactly are we watching?
Well, they have separated. The capsule's above the booster. You're seeing them both in the tracking camera. You remember when the engine shut down on the rocket, they both continue soaring upward, coasting upward, if you will, on a ballistic trajectory. So they're both going to reach roughly the same altitude, the booster a little bit less, and then, of course, it comes down on its own, and the capsule comes down on its own. But right now, the crew should be weightless. They've unstrapped, we assume, and are floating about the cabin. So they're getting that taste of space that you get on these suborbital flights.
Bill, you were mentioning the space travel and bringing civilians into space, but the cost is around $250,000. How soon will this be cheaper? Because the average American, as we know, can't afford this experience.
Right.
No, and I don't think they will be for quite a while. This is something that's going to be inherently expensive for years to come. But the goal is, if you fly enough times, you get economies of scale at work. You know, the price could, in theory anyway, get down in the range of a worldwide, around the world ocean cruise, that kind of thing, maybe. But that's years and years away. And, we were saying before, the long-range goal is to get more and more people into space, save the planet, with the environmental observations. But really the near-term goal is to get these things flying on a for-profit basis, carrying tourists up to the edge of space and back, and research payloads. NASA puts payloads on these spacecraft, and they're talking about putting astronauts on board down the road for training and experience and to operate experiments.
Bill Harwood, thank you so much. Speaking of astronauts, let's bring in former NASA administrator and astronaut Charlie Bolden. Charlie, you've been to space. What do you think they're going through right now as they start to descend?
Well, they're actually, they've been weightless for a while now, as Bill said. Hopefully they've unstrapped, because they're going to tell them to strap back in pretty quickly. They're probably should be floating around enjoying the view. As you could see, we didn't talk very much about it, but for those of you who are mathematicians, they got to about 340,000 feet. That's a little bit more than 50, 60 miles. So you watch them for a while as they drifted across the top, and they're now starting to come back. My guess is that Blue Origin is going to stay focused on the launch vehicle, because it's always spectacular to see it return to the landing pad there in Van Horn. And that's actually what we're looking at now. It's the first stage, or the launch vehicle, coming back for its landing. In the meantime, the crew is having a good time talking to each other, chucking it up,
Here we
or yucking it up. So
Charlie,
this is
we
actually
just heard the boom.
landing.
We just heard
The
the boom.
vehicle is, exactly, the vehicle is the crew vehicle, to distinguish it from the launch vehicle that you're watching here. The crew vehicle is now minutes away from its touchdown. It's going to descend by parachute, so we should see that pretty quickly.
So, Charlie, as the only one on this who's been to space, I am curious. William Shatner and the others, they want that view. It's sometimes referred to as the overview effect, looking down on the Earth. You've had it. What's it like?
It's it's an overused statement, but it is unlike anything that humans have ever had an opportunity to see from here on the planet. It changes your perspective of the planet. And even in a suborbital flight, where you see the curvature of Earth, you look across our atmosphere, see how thin it is, and you realize that it's not Earth that's fragile. It's we, the human beings, that live on it and depend on that thin blue line, which carries the oxygen that allows us to stay alive. And so you get a different perspective. And I think you come back, most people come back changed. I won't say everyone does, but most people come back completely changed in terms of their perspective of our planet.
Charlie, we're looking at the parachutes now deploying, and now the
That's
capsule
correct.
that has the 4 crew members in it. I remember there it goes. Look at that.
So what you saw, Gayle, were the drogue chutes, and then I think they use 3 or 4 main parachutes.
Yeah.
The first ones you saw, the white ones, were the drogue chutes. They just stabilize the vehicle. So you could see it wobble a little bit. The drogue chutes stabilize it and allow these 3 main parachutes. Their big job is to slow the vehicle down. It'll look like it's a hard landing, but they fire retro rockets just before they touch down. The chutes soften the landing, so it's a thud. I mean, it's not like landing in the shuttle, but it's not like a crash.
Charlie, I remember last time when we were talking to you, July 20th, you said if you had the chance, you would go back to space in a nanosecond. Do you still feel that? And what's your heart doing as you're watching this?
I'm glad you asked that. My heart is pounding. I'll cry on you here in a minute, to be quite honest. I get emotional every time I see this. It's an opportunity that we really want every kid on the planet to have at some time in their life. That's not going to happen because of the cost, but we want to see more and more and more people have an opportunity to do this, because it's absolutely breathtaking.
Here it comes.
Well, Charlie, it might
and my
happen
heart
at
is
some
pounding
point.
to answer your question.
Yeah,
no, mine is
too.
Mine is too. You mentioned that thin blue line, that atmosphere that envelops us. We were talking earlier that it's Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore is closer or is further away than outer space. It's only 62 miles up, and yet so far away at the same time.
So they've got touchdown shoots. Let's look. Yeah.
Touchdown is coming.
Wow.
There you go.
You're right. It does look like a thud, but you're saying it doesn't. It's not really as hard as it looks to our naked eye looking at it.
It's not as hard as it looks. A couple of things you got to remember. You're out in West Texas. It's a dust bowl. So anything, when the retro rockets fire, they start kicking up dust, and then when the vehicle lands, it kicks up a lot more. So you'll have to ask those guys. I've never been in a parachute landed vehicle. I was always in one that came back and landed like an airplane, like a glider, as a matter of fact. So.
Yeah. Now we're told it'll be another 6 or 7 minutes before they actually step out of the cabin. So of course we'll step out of the capsule. So we'll be watching. Mark Strassmann, is Jeff Bezos there today? Have you seen him? I would imagine he's there.
Yeah, he's here, Gayle. In fact, he drove He drove our latest minted astronauts to the pad. He closed the hatch door this morning. He's been very involved with all of this. You know, this is still a very new moment for Blue Origin as a company. They need this to go well, and today, by all appearances, it has gone well. I mean, we're going to have to see and hear from the 4 passengers on this flight, make sure that everything checks out. But it sure seems like Bezos has another cause for a victory lap here today. But again, he was here. He's very involved. And you know, when you get in, when Bezos himself drives you to the launch pad, I think you're getting VIP treatment at that point. Yeah. You got no cause to be griping about anything.
All right, let's go back to CBS News senior space analyst Bill Harwood. He's with us again. Well, Bill, it was one short flight for man. Is it one giant leap for the space tourism industry?
Well, it's another big step. You know, every time they do this, they gain more and more confidence. They convince more and more people that this is something that can be safely done. And I think the fact that William Shatner's on board, the 90-year-old person, just flew to space. I mean, that's kind of, I don't know that I ever would have imagined that when I started covering space back in the early 1980s. I watched Star Trek as a teenager in high school, and I don't have words for what it is to see that guy go up into space. It's quite a moment.
I know. I agree with you, Bill. Think about the 2 men that are with him, because they both said, look, we watched Star Trek growing up. So imagine how they're feeling. They watch William Shatner growing up as Captain Kirk, and now they're sitting side by side with William Shatner in this capsule. I just think give yourself a bunch of cool points on that one.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's a lot of criticism in some quarters about billionaire flights and the cost of doing all of this, but I haven't found anyone who was upset about William Shatner flying in space. It's almost universally appreciated kind of thing. And I can't wait to see video of Captain Kirk floating inside that capsule.
Now, Bill, I have scored 40-plus TDs during my 11-year career in the NFL, but I'd trade them all in for this type of touchdown after leaving Earth. Yes, I would.
Would you?
Would you? Guys, I'm all the way in. Blue Origin signed me up. But as we're looking at them land in the end zone, I guess I call it right now, how do we get them out of the hatch? What is the next step for everybody inside?
Well, you know, the first thing is there'll be an initial medical check. They'll make sure everybody came through the flight in good shape. They'll help them climb out of the capsule. This is not like astronauts coming back from 6-month stays on the space station when their muscles have atrophied and they can't walk and things like that. They're going to come off. There'll be a welcoming group of folks at the capsule to say welcome back to Earth. And, of course, they'll do some media events later in the day, we're sure. But I guess that, you know, at this point, it's a matter of just celebrating this long-awaited goal.
As we look at a picture here of some sort of recovery vehicle in the vicinity, at least, of the capsule. And by the way, the windows on the capsule, they're about 3 feet tall, 2 feet wide, much larger.
You get a good view.
Yeah.
You get a good view, for sure.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were in a replica.
I was in an exact replica of that, so you got to feel the size and the space. And it's interesting that it's roomier. It's more roomier than you think it is inside. Yeah. And the window is ginormous. So I can only imagine, you know, we have to wait for Blue Origin to release the video.
Even the replica is one thing. All you got to do is take the next step.
Oh, no, listen, I will be there cheering you on, Nate, when you go.
Well, look,
I admire the people that do it. I really do, but this just not.
Gayle,
but it's fascinating.
It is fascinating. But the technology is so good now that all it takes is 7 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
And you need
to get there. Yeah.
To get there, to get into the rocket, and then 3 Gs on the way up. 5 Gs on the way down.
And then you have to be able to.
And you got to be able to. Oh, and the other thing is you have to be able to zip into a spacesuit. That is actually
That's the requirement.
Yeah, it is the requirements.
And you have to be able to not be able to go to the bathroom for at least 90 minutes. That's also part of the rule.
That's hard for me. I go a lot during the show. As we wait to see the.
Patty is shaking her head. Yep. Yes, it is hard.
Can confirm. Everyone says. Let's go back to Mark Strassmann, who's at the launch site in West Texas. Mark, every time Blue Origin succeeds on one of these flights, it is a rebuttal to any criticism that they disregard safety or that they have a culture problem. But those are recent criticisms and claims. Can you talk about the state of that matter here today?
There was a report by about roughly 20 current and former Blue Origin employees who alleged a number of things: toxic work environment, harassment issues, and then also safety concerns. The report was not long on details. Blue Origin has, of course, denied that any of that is an issue, and I think one of the ways that they would probably try to prove their case is by saying Jeff Bezos himself rode on his company rocket to the edge of space. If he had genuine safety concerns, would he have risked his life in that way? So now, today looks like another rebuttal, as you just said, Tony.
Yeah, and as you're talking, as we're listening here, they're pulling out the very low-tech iron staircase to the very high-tech space capsule.
Always comes in handy, Tony, in the desert. Always comes in handy.
Stool,
yeah, you need a steps.
Sure.
Yep.
A little step ladder. And we should, in a matter of moments, get our first glimpse of these newly minted astronauts.
Yes. Well, we saw the crew approach the capsule and run around it at every window, and give thumbs up to see if everybody was coherent and talking. And so far, we can't tell, but so far it seems that everybody's happy with how this has gone.
Indeed.
You know, the more you look at it, they do make it, Nate, look easy. I'm still not there yet. But they do make it look like you get on there. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is sit and ride and float.
Well, Mark was talking about Jeff Bezos sitting on the rocket himself.
Yes, the first one. The first one.
Yes. But even previous to that, 15 consecutive flights.
Successful.
Successful consecutive flights. So they put in the work up to this point. I know right now we are witnessing this in front of the world. But previous to this, behind the scenes, they have been putting in work for 2 years plus on orbital travel.
And I think the key, Gayle, is if you're sitting at the top of that rocket in that little capsule, you've got to somehow put out of your mind the fact that you've got 110,000 pounds of thrust behind you in liquid fuel, and it's a pretty big explosive device.
That looks like Jeff Bezos right there.
We have him there.
We heard Mark say that he drove them there, so of course he's going to be there to greet them.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That looks like him. There he is, giving a thumbs up.
Checking all the windows.
Yeah, going into the windows, walking around.
It's just amazing to think that 25 years ago, this guy's selling books on the internet, and now he's doing this.
Well, he said, listen, that he's loved space as a little boy. He feels very passionate about this and really does want to make a difference in the space industry and space world.
Well, that's why I keep going back to the bigger mission here. It's not just about tourism. This is about the future of humanity.
Yeah, it really is. I remember in 1999, I was a college student. My summer job was working in a warehouse, a little place called Amazon, where I was taking books off shelves and putting them into delivery trucks. And Jeff Bezos would show up. And I thought back at that moment that I don't know how successful this is going to be. It's just books.
Should have bought some stock, Nate.
I should have walked up to Jeff and said, hey, in 20 years, can I hop on that rocket with you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you helped Amazon make a profit, and that profit is now being put to good use here with this additional company that Jeff Bezos
thanks, Tony. I never looked at it that way.
You were a co-investor in space travel, Nate.
And didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
Didn't even know it.
All right, do we see the passengers yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Nope, the door's still closed.
The boom mics are out. The cameras are on the shoulder.
The first one to arrive was Sarah Knight, who was the trainer for the astronauts to check on them to see how they're doing. And it looks like everybody is doing fine.
I can't wait to see the video that Blue Origin's going to release of them floating in space. I mean, are we taking any bets on if William Shatner said Captain Kirk, or if somebody said beam me up, or if somebody said, what are the Star Trek phrases?
He has a knack for a
He's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, he's got a great sense of humor.
Good line in the right moment.
I think there's a decent chance they might have had to bleep something, because that's how he rolls. But
sometimes you're in such awe that you can't find the words.
You're having a human experience in a very inhuman environment, and who knows what you're going to say. That is what's so incredible about this experience and what we're witnessing and this new era that we're entering.
Okay. Hey, Bill Harwood, can you help us understand why it takes so long to get them out? They're on the ground. They've got the steps there. It's not a matter of just opening the door and come on out, people. It's not that simple, clearly.
Well, no, it really is fairly simple, but they got to safe those parachutes. They disconnect
Here we
them
go.
so they
Jeff's
can't,
got a key of some
catch
sort
the
here.
wind and there you go. He's opening. He closed the door right before launch, and now he's opening it to get the crew out.
Let's see if we can hear anything.
So Audrey Powers, we're told, she's a Blue Origin VP, will be coming out first. Followed by Captain Kirk himself, William Shatner. There's Audrey.
There's Audrey.
Right, Audrey.
Clapping along with
Huge smile on her face, as expected.
There's Audrey Powers, a big...
So amazing. There he is. Mr. Shatner. A hug.
It's a strong embrace.
Our customer...
That's Mr. DeVries who came out, and that's Mr. Bashausen in the rear.
William Shatner is saying something to the assembled cameras, but we can't pick it up.
Yes, CBS does not have a microphone there. They wouldn't let us come. But congrats, another feather in the cap. You know, their symbol is that feather.
Yeah.
That's their symbol. So another feather in the cap for Blue Origin. They went up safely. They came down safely.
The pace of this,
feeling pretty good.
We are able to get some audio.
I never expected is you're shooting up.
Oh my God.
Give me a champagne bottle. Come here. I want one. I want to hear this. Here.
What a time to be alive.
Oh, there's Lauren.
Champagne shower.
The champagne showers have begun.
Shatner looks like he's got something on his mind. He's in a reflective mood there. The hugs are slow. He's clearly thinking about something. I'm very interested to hear what he has to say.
Something tells me he's going to share it with us. They're going to have a news conference a little bit later on.
Everybody.
I'd like to hear it too, though.
He's at a loss for words.
It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, you know, the little things of weightlessness. But to see the blue color go whip by, and now you're staring into blackness. That's the thing. The covering of blue, this sheet, this blanket, this comforter of blue that we have around us. We think, oh, that's blue sky. And then suddenly you shoot through it all of a sudden, as though you whip off a sheet off you when you're asleep, and you're looking into blackness, into black ugliness. And you look down, there's the blue down there, and the black up there, and it's just, there is Mother and Earth and comfort, and is there death? I don't know. Is that death? Is that the way death is? Whoop, and it's gone. Jesus. It was so moving to me. This experience has been something unbelievable. You say, yeah, you know, weightless, my stomach went up, and God, this is so weird. But not as weird as the covering of blue. This is what I never expected. Oh, it's one thing to say, oh, the sky and the thing and the fragile thing. It's all true. But what isn't true, what is unknown until you do it, is there's this pillow, there's this soft blue. Look at the beauty of that color. And it's so thin. And you're through it in an instant. It's how thick is it?
I mean, the atmosphere.
Is it a mile? 2
No,
miles?
I mean, it depends on how you measure because it thins out, but maybe 50 miles. Not even.
But you're going 2,000 miles an hour. So you're through 50 miles, whatever the mathematics
Fast.
are.
Yeah, really
it's
fast.
like a beat, and suddenly you're through the blue.
And then it's black.
And you're into black.
Mm-hmm.
And you're into, it's mysterious and galaxies and things. But what you see is black.
Mm-hmm.
And what you see down there is light. And that's the difference. And not to have this, you have done something. I mean, whatever those other guys are doing, what isn't, I don't know about that. What you have given me is the most profound experience I can imagine. I'm so filled with emotion about what just happened. It's extraordinary. Extraordinary. I hope I never recover from this. I hope that I can maintain what I feel now. I don't want to lose it. It's so much larger than me and life. And it hasn't got anything to do with the little green planet, the blue orb, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the enormity and the quickness and the suddenness of life and death. Oh my God. It's something.
It's so beautiful.
Beautiful, yes, beautiful in its way, but...
No, I mean your words.
Oh, my words.
It's just amazing.
I don't know. I can't even begin to express what I would love to do is to communicate as much as possible the jeopardy, the moment you see how the vulnerability of everything. It's so small. This air, which is keeping us alive, is thinner than your skin. It's a sliver. It's immeasurably small when you think in terms of the universe. It's negligible. This air. Mars doesn't have it.
Right there.
Nothing. I mean, and when you think of way carbon dioxide changed to oxygen, and what is it, 20% at some of that level that sustains our life? It's so thin to dirty it. I mean, that's another whole
And you shoot
subject.
through, what you were saying about shooting through it so fast.
So quickly, 50 miles.
Then you're just in blackness.
You're in death.
Yeah.
The moment
This is life.
This is life, and that's death. And it's in an instant, you go, wow, that's death. That's what I saw.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And wow.
I am overwhelmed. I had no idea. You know, we were talking earlier before going, well, you know, it's going to be different. It's going to, it's going to, and you have whatever that phrase is you have a different view of things. It doesn't begin to explain, to describe what for me, I mean, everybody's going to, but, and this is now the commercial, everybody, it would be so important for everybody to have that experience through one means or another. I mean, maybe you could put it on 3D and wear the goggles and have that experience. I mean, that certainly is a technical possibility. But what you need also, we're lying there and I'm thinking, listen, one delay after another delay, we're lying there, and I think, how do I feel? And I'm thinking, I'm a little jittery here. And they move the pins. Oh, there's something in the engine. They found an anomaly in the engine. They found an anomaly in the engine. We're going to hold a little longer. Oh, you're going to hold a little longer. And I feel this, the stomach, the biome inside. And I'm thinking, okay, I'm thinking I'm a little nervous here. Another delay, I'm a little more nervous. And then the thing starts. By the way, the simulation they have to be warned. It's only a simulation. Everything else is much more.
Doesn't capture
the and besides which, the jeopardy. Bang! This thing hits. You go, that wasn't anything like the simulation.
The G-forces.
And just tell me, what's going to happen to me? Am I going to be able to survive the G-forces? You feel that? Am I going to survive it? Yeah. And then I think, good Lord, just getting up the bloody gantry was another. Oh my God, what an experience. Nothing.
It looked like you had a moment of camaraderie with your
we all hugged each other. And you share. It's like being in battle together, really. And there is this bonding of being in battle, but you're also embattled inside yourself. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I have had an experience.
Listen, I have to say, this is one of the best play-by-plays I've ever seen. It's William Shatner just moments after he's returned talking to Jeff Bezos, who has been where he has just been. Up into space. But I love what William Shatner just said. Number one, it was very emotional. It was very emotional when he said, "You've given me the most profound experience. I hope I never recover." And you could tell that he was overcome. They said, even though they tell you it's going to be like this, he said nothing really prepares you for what just happened to him.
Yeah.
And he never wants to lose this experience. I can't wait till he starts talking.
Yeah, that line struck me as well. I never want to recover from this.
I never want to recover. That's exactly what he said.
That's it.
And he had a sense of what he was going to see, but then when you're up there and you realize that the air that wraps the Earth and keeps us all alive is so thin and so fragile, you could tell he was still trying to sort out how he felt about it.
Yes, he was talking about that thin blue line and then the blackness that's like death and darkness, and then you see how small it really is.
Boy.
As they were celebrating with the champagne shower,
yes,
it was like that one guy in the locker room that was overwhelmed by the championship and couldn't celebrate in that moment. But it was perspective, though. Being on top of the Earth and him probably thinking, our Earth, my Earth.
Yes.
It gives you a different love and appreciation for it, and also the darkness, the unknown, that sets in a little fear.
Yeah. I thought that was very special that they played, that we got to eavesdrop, and it did feel like we were eavesdropping on a very private conversation. But I also like William Shatner for this. Did you hear when he talked about the delays? I'm feeling a little jittery here, and then they delay it again, and then they delay it again, and then I'm feeling really jittery here. He's been so honest and so authentic from the very beginning about how he's feeling about all this process. But boy, bravo to Blue Origin. They got up, they came back, and everybody seems safe.
Existential moment.
Yeah, it really was.
Four more of us have been to space.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm looking. Do I want to do it?
Yes.
Part of you wanted to when you was here in William Shatner.
A little teeny part.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
This entire studio was silent when he was talking.
That was very, very, very fascinating. We thank you, Mark Strassmann, Bill Hard. We thank you, Bill Harwood, and Charlie Bolden. Charlie Bolden called it right. He said, nobody who goes up and comes down, very few people don't come back unchanged.
That's right.
You could certainly feel that William Shatner has been very changed by this. Our coverage continues on our 24-hour streaming service at CBSN. Of course, you can watch it at cbsnews.com, or you can download our CBS News app on your cell phone or connect to your TV. Lots of ways to see this. There will be more on your local news. This has been a CBS News Special Report. I'm Gayle King. We're with Tony Dokoupil and Nate Burleson here in New York. We'll see you tomorrow morning on TV, but the news continues on CBSN.
For news 24 hours a day, go to cbsnews.com.